Matt here with another pickups video for the month of August. Kind of switch heavy this month, but go ahead and jump right into it. First things first, this is like not a video game, but it's video game related. I was at my local Target and saw these, and I thought of my buddy TJ, and he has all of these, but I thought I wanted this one looked cool, so I decided to pick this up. It's a Squishimals, and this is Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't know, I just like the way the colors are. Knuckles is my favorite uh, character from Sonic, but I thought Shadow looked pretty cool. So, all right, next, if I can get that to stay. We'll go ahead and jump into the Switch games. First things first, I found a regular copy of Shredder's Revenge. This came with a card, Raphael card. Um, yeah, if you guys didn't check out my last short video, I got the Ultimate Collection from Limited Run, and the way they packaged this game was you had to like destroy the packaging, which I was very frustrated with. And I was overall not very impressed with the collection for how long I had to wait. I had to wait over a year for that thing, and I think they just dropped the ball on it. So I found a copy, and as you can see, the game's not in there because I've been playing it, and it's been really fun. That's another thing I'm kind of frustrated about. I've waited, this long to play it. And I could have been playing it way earlier because it came out, way earlier. But I did download the DMC for it, where you play as two other extra characters. I cannot think who it is. I don't know who they are at the moment, but yeah, the DLC, or did I say DMC? I don't know. DLC. The DLC came out, I believe, like last week. So, but yeah, it's definitely a really fun game. If you guys have not played it, go check it out. It's a classic beat 'em up. Um, I'm sure it's really fun with multiplayer or co-op. I've just been playing it on solo mode. So, all right, and next two Switch games were part of an Amazon sale, which was recommended by Captain Algebra. I'm part of his Discord, and he threw that on there. So decided to look around. It was buy one get one free, I believe. So it was buy one get one. Um, just it wasn't like every single Switch game. It was a limit. They had you could only buy a uh, certain titles. So I can't talk tonight for some reason. But the first one I got, which I haven't played either of these yet because I've been playing Turtles, but we got Eight Doors Arum's Afterlife Adventure. This looked kind of interesting. It looked like a classic, like it's all in black and white, like platformer game. I don't know. I'll have to check it out. And then this is one that got me to buy it because didn't know this was even out. I didn't even know they were making another one of these. But new Joe and Mac Caveman Ninja. So, and I have yet to play that either. And this actually came with some bonuses. So we got some stickers, and then there's like this little, if I can get it out, this little like it's like a Japanese inspired, like I don't know if that was like if it was like the Famicom cover or something like that. My camera just doesn't want to focus. But yeah, that was included, and then there was also a like T-Rex little keychain, so definitely cool. So but yeah, like I said, I have not played either of those games yet because I've been playing Shredder's Revenge. So I will get to those eventually. And then GameStop online was having a sale as well. It was like 25% off select games. So I and there I was just like browsing through. I didn't really see anything, and then I saw these games, which I don't know when these came out or if they just came out. I'm not 100% sure, but we got Raiden 3 X Mikado Mania. I probably butchered that. I don't know how to say that. But yeah, a Raiden game. I love shoot 'em ups, even though I'm not good at them at all. But they're very fun. And then this one, which was this I think was on the PlayStation 1 and it might have been on another system, but I'm not sure. But this is a Raystorm HD collection Ray Crisis. So yeah, this has two Raystorm games, Raystorm and then Ray Crisis game. So definitely cool. I'll definitely check those out. Like I said, I like shoot 'em ups, but I'm not very good at them. And then at my local game store, just browsing through the Switch section, I've been kind of looking at it lately. Usually I just pass by it, but um, you never know what you're gonna find. This I believe is out of print already, so it's kind of up there in the price range. I don't know if this game doesn't look like this is a game I would be really interested in, but we have God Wars The Complete Saga. And I don't know why my camera, maybe I have to put it in front. It doesn't want to focus for some reason. Sorry, guys. Why it's so blurry. That's all the Switch games I got for this month. Um, Moving along. Again, I was on GameStop's website. I had some like credit gift cards to use up because you gain points, and I had a lot of points, so I bought some gift cards online, which I probably shouldn't have done that. Digital cards, because you can't use them at the store. You have to only use them online, which kind of stinks. Um, but just browsing, retro. Look, they have like retro games, but on their sites, but a lot of times none of it is in stock. But I just happened to be browsing DS games and Pokemon games in particular, because Pokemon games are kind of up there. Um, and GameStop has some of them priced like lower than what they usually go for typically. So um yeah, so I was kind of shocked. I was on there and this was out of stock online, but then you can search uh you can put in your zip code and it'll bring up a bunch of stores that are nearby. You can have it to up to I think I don't know 50-mile radius. But this was in stock at one of the stores, which was in a suburb, which is about I think 45 minutes from my house. Um, and you can buy it and then pick it up. It was like you can buy it and then you have to go pick it up. It doesn't tell you if it has the case or not, which I was praying this had the case, but unfortunately it did not. But for the price, and I got this for I think it was about 60, almost $60 after my discounts and everything. But Pokemon Soul Silver, yeah. And again, my camera just doesn't like me today. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. Anyway, um, so yeah, I picked that up. Was happy. They had apparently they had a lot of apparently they had quite a few come in to that location, but they got bought up real quick. So I was kind of lucky to be able to snag that. And then I was in the area. I went to a couple Goodwills, didn't find nothing. And then I found a half price books, and half price books normally prices their stuff usually it's usually eBay or above. But for some reason this game was cheaper. I don't know anything about it and I don't own a system, so I can't test this, but it's a PS5 game. I do not have a PS5. I do not plan on buying a PS5 anytime soon. Um, just there's nothing on there I that I can't play on the PS4, so that's my main reason. But yeah, for some reason this game I can't you see I was at the beginning of the month. I don't even remember how much this was. I think it was like $20, and I think this goes for around 50, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. But it's Neptuna Sisters Versus for the PlayStation 5. And I didn't even realize until after I bought this that it was a PS5 title. I thought this was for PS4. And then after I bought it, I realized I was like, oh, it's a PS5 game. Oops, I don't have a PS5. So, okay, couple Goodwill finds, and then one of the big garage sale finds of the month. Um, this was just sitting in a bin. I don't know if it works. It's untested. It was $6. This is the what is this called? I don't even know. GunCon System Product 2. So this is like for Time Crisis, I believe, for like the PlayStation 3. I think this is what this is for. It has USB. So yeah, I it might work on Xbox too. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I haven't tested it yet. It looks pretty clean. There is kind of like something in the inside there. The camera's not going to pick it up, but it doesn't look like cracked, but it kind of looks like it might be cracked. So I'm not 100% sure. But for $6, it these sell I think for 30, and if it doesn't even work, I'd probably get like I don't know $20 for it at least. I would think so. And then the other thing, which I always look at the cords. If you guys are at Goodwill, whatever, always look at like where the like phone cords are, chart like phone chargers and all that, because you never know. There could be cords lurking in there like this. This is an OG Xbox um, hookup, 360, not OG Xbox 360. So it says on here anyway, 360. Yeah, so I know like this might be for an older model because I know like some of the Slim or whatever, don't they have a different connection of something? I'm not really too familiar with that. I only had an OG 360 growing up. I didn't have any of the like later models that came out because I was more of a PlayStation guy anyway. So, um, but yeah. So always look at the power cords section whenever you're at like Goodwill thrift store because you never know. I found like original Nintendo AC adapters, Super Nintendo, N64, like all that stuff. So always check that when you're out. And then the last pickup of the month, which is actually a good one. So this was a garage sale. This was at like the very beginning of the month. What are we at? 13 minutes. Okay. So yeah, some guy he posted he was gonna have a ton of video games. I messaged him. This was like the week, like two days beforehand, and I was like, I said, "What's this?" He didn't list any like systems what he was gonna have. I think he said like it said like PlayStation and Xbox. That's all it said. It didn't say anything else. So I messaged him and I asked him. I was like, "Are you gonna have GameCube or whatever?" And he said, "Oh, all kinds." And I told him um, I was like, "Do you mind if I said, do you mind if I stop by earlier? Because I had to be somewhere before the sale opens." And he said, "Yeah, he was gonna be setting up all morning." So I showed up about an hour early, which I know like garage sales that list video games. If you don't show up early, you're probably gonna miss out on a lot of stuff. At least in my area, there's a lot of people that look for video games around here. Um, Mainly, I'm saying like mainly garage sales. I mean, there's uh yeah, like if there's a garage sale listing that says there's gonna be video games, if you do not get there within like a half hour before they open, or it's usually gone or picked through. Usually all the other stuff's left. But I got there. Guy was really super nice. He asked me like what I was interested in, and I told him like mainly GameCube. Um, but he had like PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PS3, and it was all like nothing crazy. You could tell he kind of knew what he had because a lot of it was sports games. But some of the stuff, I mean, it was completely random to be honest. Um, but yeah, he had like bins and bins. He was just trying to get rid of his like lower end games. But he did have some good stuff, which I ended up picking up a few things that weren't out at the sale, but he like messaged me after and I went to pick up something later. But I'm going to go ahead and show you what I got that morning. So he had a bin of NES games and like I said, mainly sports titles. I believe these were like $2 a piece, which is not bad at all, but I don't know why I don't know when to pick this up, but RBI Baseball 2. I'm not sure. I must have maybe just picked that up randomly. And like the only non-sports title Nintendo game he had was RoboCop for the NES. So might as well pick that up for $2. He had like a small box of like GBA, uh, DS, like all loose titles, like all kitty games, like all shovelware. But this was like one of the best titles that he had in there. I believe this was $3. We got Simpsons Road Rage for the GBA. And again, my camera does not like me. Um, Couple Genesis games. Again, mainly all sports. These were the only two non-sports titles, so I snagged them. These were, I believe, $5 each. But we got Mortal Kombat 2. This, however, is missing the manual, unfortunately. But this is complete, and the manual is kind of loose in there, so I'm not going to open it. But Mickey Mania. I've never played this game, so I'm gonna actually try this out, and if I like it, I'll probably just keep it. But then he had the GameCube games he had were all like sports games, and however, this was sitting in here, but it had two games inside. Had the original Madden game, and it had a loose copy of Ultimate Spider-Man. Um, he was asking $2 for these, and he said I could have the Spider-Man game for like an extra dollar, so $3. So then he when he asked me what I was mainly interested in, and I told him GameCube, he said, "Well, I have some GameCube stuff titles that Mario titles that I didn't put out, but if you're interested, what are you interested?" I said, "Well, what do you have?" So he brought some stuff out. Um, this was the only game I picked up mainly because the other ones were like, oh my gosh, I can't even remember off the top of my head because this, like I said, this was at the very beginning of the month. Um, it was like Mario Tennis. What else was there? Oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, like Soul Calibur was one of them, and I don't know, but this was the best game in the lot, and he knew what this game went for. But he said, "Make me an offer." He said, "I'll sell it." He said, "I won't. I'm not gonna sell it for eBay price." So I offered him $50, and he countered with 65, which is not bad for this game. But we have a complete nice copy of Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, and it is complete. So yeah, for $65, I mean this game goes for I think around $100 now, which is just insane. So oh, and then the last part. So I left the sale, and the guy messages me uh 2 days later, and he says he found more GameCube stuff. Sent me pictures of a system with a Game Boy player hooked to it. God, I cannot remember. Oh, he had like a couple Wavebird controllers. He wanted like 75 a piece for the Wavebirds, which I didn't get any of those. But I asked him if he had the disc for the player, the Game Boy player, and he said he believed he did, and then he actually sent me another picture, and he it was the disc, and I said, "Would you be willing to sell just the player with the disc?" And he said, "Sure." So again, we didn't really. I asked him how much. Um, I offered him, I think it was 50 again, and then he said, "How about 70?" Which 70 is fine because just the disc alone goes for over 100, I believe, which is insane. But yeah, we got the Game Boy player, and the reason I mainly picked this up is because my copy of this disc does not have this slip cover. Like I have this, just the case with the disc and everything, but the copy I have does not have this slip cover. So I kind of bought it just to get the slip cover. So, um, but yeah, definitely cool. He said he would message me if he finds anything else, or you know, but super nice guy. I'm glad I got to buy some stuff off of him. So, but that's it, guys. Yeah, 20 minutes. Oh boy, sorry, it's kind of a long one. Uh, but anyway, I appreciate you guys watching, and until next time.